Welcome back guys to File and Predicts. I'm your File admin and we are here with the predictions for Wednesday 31st of July 2024, actually the last day of July 2024. We probably might not have this day again ever in our life again, so we come with the predictions that we have for today. Okay, so today we've got 21 games to predict. As you can see, these are the results that we had, and we have already posted the predictions in our Discord community. Already we had results. 16 out of 19 actually won. Had wins. Only 3 games yesterday that did not have wins, and that gives us around an 84% winning rate, and that is awesome, guys. That is really awesome, and I think we could not do it without doing it together with you here on YouTube. Okay, so just know, if you're watching this video, that us as Phelan Predicts, we've got a very good winning rate because we actually maintained 80% and above. Alright, 75 as our lowest, but our highest, and our average is around 80 to 85% every day. So it means in every 10 games that we predict, 8 of them go in and only 2 loses. Okay, only 2 of them loses. So on the first on today, we have to go direct into the games very fast. I want to be very quick because I think after this video we've got traffic. Before this video, you should be posting the other video for the results, but we have seen we have now to do this video first. We have to post this one first before we post now for the results, because we want to first relieve this one and then probably remain with the other one. Don't want to repeat exactly what we had yesterday, because yesterday we posted way late, right? So let's go into today's games. So first game today, we are seeing we've got in Egypt, we've got Etihad Alexandria SC versus NP. This game we are seeing a 0-2 scoreline. That's a total of 2. Right to this end, we expect 1 goal in the game and a 0-2 scoreline as well. Checking to the relations, first relation we've got is that the team 1 concedes way lower than team 2, higher than team 2, because you see team 2 a 2-0 scoreline, a 2-0, a 2 not actually a 2-0, a 2-0 conceding rate means that team 2 is relatively stronger on defense than team 1, but team 1 is way weaker on defense than team 2 as well. And the possible scorelines you're seeing is the 0-0 and the 0-2 in favor of a draw and our team 2 winning in the game. So relations, we have got no relations for the 100%, neither do we have any for the 90. Do we have any for the 80s? We've got an over 1.5 for the 80, only one over 1.5 for the 80s. And when you come back here, you see we've got an over, we expect 2 goals only in favor of team 2. We might go for the over 1.5, and that will be, I think that's enough, having said an over 1.5, because probably it might happen, but let's just go with the over 1.5, okay, in favor of the 80%, as you have been told right there. So going to the next game, now we are going to put this one above here so that we can clear up for this for the next game. So in the next game, we've got in UEFA Europa Conference League, FK Auda Riga. And guys, as you can see, we have tried to change the theme right now. We are not now using the orange one, we are using a little bit of the blue, just to try change the theme and the routine. Okay, so in the UEFA Europa Conference League, we expect Auda Riga versus Cliftonville. This game we expect as 1. When you round them off, it gives you 1-2 scoreline. 1-2 scoreline means on this side means 3 goals. Right here we expect 2 goals. When you scroll to the right, you expect a 0-2 scoreline. And we come to the relation, to the first relation, we are seeing that team 2 concedes way higher than team 1, because team 1 conceding rate is at 0 and team 2 conceding rate is at 2. Okay, the possible scorelines you're seeing is 0-2 and 1-1. Now you can see where contradictions come, is where they tell you that the team that has got a higher conceding rate is the one that is going to win in that game. So it means if it has got the higher conceding rate, if team 1 comes with the idea to come and score, team 2 are highly vulnerable than team 1. Okay, the team that has got a higher conceding rate are relatively highly vulnerable than the other team, and we expect that maybe team 2 winning, so possible both team to score. But let's first check in the relations. In the relation, it says no relations for the 100%. neither do we have for the 90. For the 80s, we have also no relations for the 80. So here, what can we settle with? We can settle with one team. If we expect a goal, a team to winning in this game, there can be a both team to score and also an over 1.5. But generally also a double chance 1 or 2 can occur in the game, but let's go with just the two of them as they are. So in the next game we've got is in Finland. We expect Pekka versus Meukelin Paloilijat, that name. At this game we expect 4-1 scoreline. 4-1 scoreline in the game. What do we expect on this side? On this side it says 4 goals in the game. The other side it says 4-1 means 5 goals total. Right here it expects a 3-1 scoreline. When we see on the relations, we're seeing they are relatively lower. On the conceding rate, relatively lower, because team 1 concedes at a ratio of 1 while team 2 concedes at a ratio of 0. Okay. And then when we check on the possible scoreline, we expect a 3-3 and a 3-1. Alright, to this other side, we're seeing to the relations, we're seeing a double chance, 2 double chance 1 or 2, and an over 1.5 in favor of 100%. To the 90s, we have no relations, but to the 80s, we have got a double chance 1 or 2 relation on 80s. So here we are going to take the double chance 1 or 2, double chance 1 or 2, and settle with it with that only. Okay, for us we are going to pick a double chance 1 or 2 and settle with that. Then for the next game here we've got Finland. In Finland we've got OPS JP versus JPS. We expect a 2-1 scoreline. 2-1 scoreline when we round them off, a 2-1 scoreline. That's a total of 3. Right here we expect a total of 2. Right here we expect a 1-1 scoreline. To this far end we're seeing the conceding rates at equal levels are 2-2, meaning that both of them have got relatively higher conceding rate and they've got equal conceding rate. So it means if team 1 scores, then there's a possibility that also team 2 will also score in the game. The possible scorelines we expect are 2-2 and a 1-2 and a 1-1. Right on the relations, we've got 2 over 1.5 relations for the 100%. We've got 1 over 1.5 in favor of 90%. And a 2 double chance. How many do we have? We've got 4 double chance 1 or 2, as you can see right here. 4 double chance 1 or 2. 3 both team to score, and 2 over 2.5 relations for the 80%. So what are we going to settle with? We're going to settle with exactly as you are being told. You're being told there will be an over 1.5, which is majorly right there. We're going to settle with the both team to score in the game. A double chance 1 or 2, because you've seen it has got quite a number. And then an over 2.5, if we expect the both team to score and we expect a double chance 1 or 2, then it means there's an automatic over 2.5 in the game. Okay? There's automatically 3 goals in the game, so let's highlight it to green to show that we are confident with the pick, the selection. Okay, that's not our favorite green. Let's put our favorite green right there, this one right here. Yeah, now that one. That's good. So let's go to the next game. We've got let's clear. So in the next game we've got still in UEFA Champions League. We've got Riga's footballer versus Riga's footballer scholar versus Bodo Glimt. This game we expect a 3-1 scoreline, a total of 4. Right to this end we expect 3 goals in the game. Right to this other end we expect a 3-1 scoreline. And what about the conceding rate? We are seeing a 0-1 conceding rate, whereby we are finding team 2 conceding relatively higher than team 1. So not relatively higher, almost equal, relatively equal and lower. So both of them concede very low goals and very little amount of goals, and we can't really go and take exaggerated scores as our predictions. Okay, so the possible scorelines of 3-1 and 3-1 as well. Let's check on this other side for the relations. We have got no relations for 100%, neither do we have any for 90%. We have any for the 80s. We've got only 1 of 1.5 relation for the 80s. And what was the expected goals right here? We expected a 3-1 scoreline, so we are going to take an over 1.5, a double chance 1.2. We might as well go with an over 2.5, but an over 1.5 is much safer. That one is to be said because you're seeing the relation. There's certain relations that we Phylum usually check, and we see it's actually in one of our strategies that we take it and we see that there is a possibility of over 2.5 confirm, but look, mostly we are going to take the safe one. Okay, take the over 1.5. So in Norway we've got Stabæk versus Sadness U11. That game you expect a 3-1 scoreline, a total of 4. Right to the right we expect three goals in the game and a 2-1 scoreline. What about the conceding rates? Relatively higher, almost equal at 3-2, 3 against 2 ratio. Maybe there'll be goals. What about the conceding rate? We expect a 2-1 conceding rate and a 3-0 conceding rate in favor of team 1 winning in the game. So what we have no relations for the 100%, neither do we have for the 90%. And on coming to the leftmost, you're seeing in the 80% you only have an over 1.5 relation. So scrolling to the right, you're seeing a 3-1, so probably they'll be almost the same predictions as above there, an over 1.5. You can take an over to 2.5, but a double chance on of 2 can as well be a good option. And you can take an over 2.5. I won't highlight it. Let me take this one and put them the high over 2.5 right next to it, and does not highlight it. Yeah, like that, and we are not going to highlight it. So in the next game, first to clear, we have got still in UEFA Champions League. You see Maccabi Tel Aviv versus Football Club FCSB. This game you expect a 2-2 scoreline. That's a total of 4 goals. Scrolling to the right, we expect 3 goals. We expect a 1-2 scoreline. And on the conceding rate, you're seeing a 2-2 scoreline that we're bringing to right to the end. To the starting point, you are seeing right here to the conceding rate, where team 2 concedes relatively higher than team 1, and it concedes 2 goals against team 1 conceding none. So the expected goals right here to this relation, we are seeing a 2-2 and a 1-2. Right to the relations, they've got how many? We've got 2 over 1.5 relations for the 100%. Both team to score an over 2.5 and a double chance 1 or 2. An over 1.5 relations for the 90s, and to the relations that we have on this end, we've got how many? We've got 3 over 1.5s, 2 both team to score, 2 double chance 1 or 2, and an over 2.5 in favor of the 80%. So what are we going to take? Exactly just as you have been told, that we've got a double chance 1 or 2. We are not going to take the both team to score, but we're going to take the over 1.5 and the what? And the over 2.5. Then that one, the over 2.5, today we are going to be a little confident with it, because if we expect a both team to score and then still we expect a double chance 1 or 2, we're still seeing an over 2.5 in the game. Okay, it's an automatic over 2.5 in the game. So the next game, as you can see, we've got in Peru, we've got Atlético Grau versus Comerciantes Unidos. This game you expect a 2-1 scoreline. That's a total of 3 goals. Right to the end, we expect 2 goals, and to these expected goals, you're expecting a 2-1 scoreline. 2-1 scoreline. What about the relations? You see the relations for the conceding rates are relatively lower, for both of them. They do not concede a lot of goals when they play their recent matches, and the expected goals you see are 2-1 and a 1-1. Right to these relations, you've got no relations for the 100%, neither do we have for the 90%. We have for the 80s, we have got 2 over 1.5 relations for the 80s. So what are we going to pick? We are going to pick an over 1.5, as the 80s have said. As the 80s. That 80s sounds like a country's name. So put it right there, and then let's look now to that game. It's right there. Okay, so the next game we've got in Egypt, we've got ZFC versus Modern Future. This game we expect a 2-2 scoreline, a total of 4 right there. Right here we expect a total of 3 and a 1-2 scoreline. Right, to this to the conceding rates, you're seeing a 1-0 conceding rate, 1-0 ratio, 1:0 ratio, and the possible scorelines of 0-2 and 1-2. Right, to the relations, you've got an over 1.5 and a full team 1 for the 100%. You will come to realize that one of the games that we gave for the Phylum Smart 2 Plus yesterday was a relation that had a full team 1 as well. Go and confirm. So at the 90% has none, and for the 80% has got 2 over 1.5s and a double chance 1 or 2. So what are we going to settle with? You're going to settle with there will be a winner in the game, yeah, but we expect a double chance, so an over 1.5, I mean an over 1.5 in the game as the best. Why have we taken an over 1.5 on the 100% as said full time 1 win? Because the relations that we have, once we see the full time 1, we know automatically. Usually the full time does not win, it usually goes on a draw. So, but the thing that happens is mostly the over 1.5 are the one that occur. Okay, the 1.5 is the one that occurs in majority of the games, actually most of them. So in UEFA Champions League, we've got Dynamo Minsk versus Ludogorets Razgrad. This game we expect a 4-1 scoreline, a total of 5 right there. Scrolling to this side, we expect a total of 4 and a 3-2 scoreline. Right to the first relations, we are seeing almost similar to the game above there, which has got team 1 conceding relatively higher than team 2, but both conceding rates are relatively lower, at 1 against 0. Both of them are relatively lower. So, but the expected goals is seeing a 3-2 and the 2-3 in favor of either. The relation is not really precise on who is going to win. Coming right here to the 100%, we've got a double chance 1 or 2. To the 90, we have none. To the 80s, you've got a double chance 1 or 2 in the game. So you can as well go with a double chance 1 or 2 in the game. What do you expect? A 4-1. You can as well go with a double chance 1 or 2 and a double chance 1 or X. But this double chance 1 or X, you're going to do a what? A full time 1 winning, but you're not going to highlight it. Okay, as you have seen on the previous day, most of the full time ones, and normally most of the full time ones that we usually give, they always backfire. Okay, so for the next game, we've got in Chile, we've got Deportes Recoleta versus Deportes Santa Cruz. This game we expect 1-2 scoreline. 1-2 scoreline, a total of 3. Right here we expect a total of 2. And what about the scoreline? We expect a 1-2 scoreline as well, as you can see right there. What about the first relations? You expect a 1-1. They've got relatively equal conceding rates, and both of them are relatively lower. The possible scorelines we expect there is a 1-2, 1-2 in favor of team 2 winning that game. What relations do we have for the 100? We have no relations for the 100%. Neither we have got an over 1.5 relations for the 90%. What about for the 80s? We have got a both team to score, only one both team to score relation for the 80%, as you can see right there. So what are we going to take? Right, in this relation, we are going to take a both team to score and also an over 1.5 in that game. Okay, both team to score and an over 1.5 in the game. There might be a winner, yeah? But let's settle with what we're seeing from the relations that we have. So right here, scrolling down this one and then taking this one and dragging above there to clear the line for the next game. So in Chile, we've got CD Magallanes versus Universidad versus Universidad de Concepción, that name. Oh, so a 2-0 scoreline, expecting 2 goals in the game. What about this side? We expect 2 goals in the game and a 2-1 scoreline. Right to this end, we're seeing we have no relation, but you see we've got a 1. We expect only one in ratio, 41 conceding rate. Expected goals is seeing a 2-1 and a 2. Nothing. So this D means actually a 0. It means there is no value for the relations that we have built. It has no value to show there, so probably you can take it as a 0. So you expect probably team 1 winning in the game if they can as well win in the game. See, so you can as well take team 1 winning. This one means a double chance 1 or 2 and a double chance on or X. And as usual, right now with Phylum we should be able to understand that when it comes to the full-time winning, let's highlight it. I wanted to remove the highlights, but let's highlight it. But just know that when you say that you want to choose them, it's much safer to take the double chance on or X or the double chance on or 2. With either of them that will suit you, that you're confident with. Okay. The next game we've got in Iceland, we've got Fylkir versus Fram Reykjavik. This game expected 3-2 scoreline, a total of 5 right there. Right to this end, we've got 3 goals and a 2-2 scoreline. Then scrolling to the right, you've got a 1-1 conceding rate, relatively lower and equal. Expected goals are 2-3 and a 2-2. What about the relations? You've got an over 1.5 and a double chance 1 or 2 relations for 100%. You've got an over 1.5 for 90. What about the 80s? The 80s, you've got a double chance. How many do you have? You've got 2 double chance 1 or 2, this one and this one right here, this end, and then 2 balls team to score and an over 2.5. So are we going to take, as you're being told, we are going to take an over 1.5 and a balls team to score. Double chance 1 or 2 might occur, but let's take the balls team to score the over 1.5 for that game. Okay. So in the next game we've got let's call this one first and then put this one right here. The next game we've got in Iceland as well. We've got FC Gardabair versus Trota Vogam. This game we expect a 3-3 scoreline. That's a total of 6. Right here expect a total of 4. And when you come to the right side, you expect 2-3 scoreline. 2-3 scoreline. What about the first relations? You expect a 3-2 conceding rate in favor of Team 2. But they are relatively equal and a little bit higher. So probably there might be goals. The expected goals, you expect a 2-3 and a 3-3 goals in the game. Okay. So the next, the relations, we have no relations for the 100%. Neither do we have for the 90. What do we have for the 80? For the 80s, we also have no relations for the 80s. So can as well settle just for the over 1.5 and leave that market as it is. Because we are seeing goals, you have no relation to tell us what we can pick or what we should, or build us into another relation. Okay, so the next game we've got in Venezuela. This game we expect Academia Rey versus Heroes de Falcon. The game ends up with a 2-1 scoreline, a total of 3. Right to the right, you expect 2 goals in the game, as you can see right here. And to the right as well, you've got a 2-1 scoreline. Expecting a 2-1. What about the relations that we have right here? We have no value for the relations. We have no value, number value for the relations, but let's see. At 1 expected goals and Team 2 concedes 2 goals, while Team 1, expected Team 1 to score a goal in the game. Actually, every other relation is not valid as long as that relation, the first relation right there, is not actually showing up. But it won't hurt taking a double chance 1 or X for one of the teams to win that game. Okay, so let's go to the next game, which I think is in Peru. So in Peru, we've got Los Chancas versus Sporting Cristal. This game we expect a 3-1 scoreline. That's a total of 4. Right to this end, you've got a 3 goals and a 2-1. Is it a 2-1? And a 2-1 scoreline. That's a total of 3. And right here to the conceding rates, we are seeing there is no relation as well. So this one we are not actually going to give any relation because the conceding rate says this now. They expect no goals in the game. And as you can see right here, there is the team 1 concedes way close to none. So you can go on the double chance one, not the double chance, under 4.5. And maybe in favor of Team 1 winning, or a double chance 1 or X winning that game, because if it is the one that has got a higher, it has got non-conceding rates, it's so strong in their defense, so it means they can still score and do what, and defend the whole game as well. Normally that's what they usually do in their footballs. So Brazil, we've got CRB AI versus Atletico Mineiro. This game you expect a 1-1 scoreline, a total of 2. Right to this end you expect a total of 2 goals and the possible scoreline of 1-1, as you can see right here. What about the relations? You expect a 1-2 in favor of team 2 having the balls, the 2 in favor of team 1. Actually team 2 concedes relatively higher than team 1. The possible scorelines of 1-1 and 1-2. Scrolling to the right, we've got no relations for the 100%, neither do we have for the 90, but we have for the 80s. You've got two, what's happening here? You've got 3 over 1.5s right here, and a double chance 1 or 2 in favor of the 80%. So what are we going to settle with? We're going to settle with an over 1.5. And for that relation, as we saw yesterday, it's better if you go with an over 1.5 and a both team to score only. Okay. So right to the next game, we've got Brazil. We've got Atletico Paranaense versus Red Bull Bragantino. This game you expect a 2-1 scoreline. There's a total of 3. Spreading to this side, you expect 2 goals and a 2-1 scoreline. I won't go back to holding it there because we have been showing you, so you guys are actually relevant with the spreadsheet itself. Okay, so what we check and what we should not check. So right here we've got a 1-2 scoreline, as similar to the game that 1-2 conceding rate, similar to the game that we have above there. A 2-1 scoreline and a possible 2-1 scoreline as well. Right to this end we've got no relation for the 100%, neither do we have for the 90. And for the 80s, we also have none. So settle just the over 1.5 and the both team to score only in that game. Okay. Yeah, so let's go to the next game. So the next game has got in Chile. We've got Santiago Wanderers versus Union San Felipe. This game you've got a 3-1 scoreline, a total of 4 right there. Right to this end, you've got 3 goals expected in the game. You've got a 2-1 scoreline and 3 goals projected. The conceding rate is almost similar to the ones that we're seeing above here. And what we have right here is 1-2 conceding rate and a 2-1 possible scoreline. What do we have for the relations? We have got none for the 100%, none for the 80s, and also for the 90s. So what are you going to settle with? You're just going to settle with the same as you've seen above, an over 1.5, the both team to score, as the game that we have right there. Okay, so the next game we've got in Chile as well. I think this is the second last game. In Chile, we've got CSD and Antofagasta. This game versus Deportes Temuco. This game we expect a 1-1 scoreline. 1-1 scoreline, that means 2 goals. Right here, expect only 1 goal in the game. Right to this end, expect a 1-1 scoreline. Right to the conceding rate, we are seeing an equal conceding rate and relatively lower, a 1-1. So it means that if team 1 scores, then there's a possibility that team 2 will work hard to score as well in the game, because they've got equal capabilities and in their defense. So a 2-1 scoreline and a 1-1 possible scoreline. What about the relations? They've got none for the 100%. Neither do we have for the 90s. And we only have only over 1.5 relation for the 80s. So coming right here to this end, you've got a 1-1 scoreline, so maybe the over 1.5 alone, it's enough in that market. Okay, now for the last game. Now let me scroll this one down so that I never leave the logo right here. Okay, so the last game we got Flamengo, still in Brazil. CR Flamengo versus Palmeiras. This game we expect a 2-1 scoreline. That's a total of 3. Right here we've got 3 goals. What about the scoreline? We expect a 2-2 scoreline. What about the relations? Let's scroll to the right. The relations, we've got a 1-2 relation, 1-2 conceding rate, a 1-1 possible scoreline, and a 2-2 possible scoreline. Okay, going to the relations that we have right here, we have got none for the 100%, none for the 80s. Then right to the farthest end corner, we've got 2 over 1.5 and a double chance 1 out 2. Okay, for the 80%. So you're going to settle with the over 1.5. Both team to score, and then over and a double chance 1 out 2. So having said that, I think those are the games that we have today. Let's first highlight these. So those are the games that we have today. I think there are 21 games that we have actually analyzed. You're given data for. Those are not all games that are in the market. Some of them, I think, is still in Brazil. We have not done all of them because actually of time. But if you need them, you can actually go to the comment section, comment that you want the games, specific games that you want, and we'll go and check. And as usual, we are not predicting the friendly matches because, as you can see, the friendly matches are not as serious, and you do not actually even expect you yourself risking your money on them. Okay, and then what else do you have to remind you? Just to remind you as well, go and join our Discord community. It's very, very important for us and also for you to help us actually manage to do this content every single day. We need some level of motivation and some few things fixed, and you guys can help us fix while we help you fix your betting struggles. Okay, so giving you the data that you need. So that has been us. We should be posting now. The next video that we are going to post is a video to tell you about the results that we had yesterday. So we are going to first post this one, and after that I have to meet tomorrow, guys. Okay, we have not to meet in August 2024. So till next time, have a nice day and enjoy your day. Okay, bye bye.